I've always cared more about the animals than about the rules, and that's why I've never been afraid to get my hands dirty. LCA civil disobedience was inspired by revolutionaries like Gandhi, MLK, and Thoreau. One of our first major national victories was the investigation, raid, conviction, and sentencing of Barbara Ruggiero and her cronies. As a Class B dealer, Ruggiero was stealing people's companion animals and selling them to labs for experimentation.
She is a deceptive, manipulative person. In her dealings with vulnerable pet owners and with animals, she is the personification of evil.
This is the first ever state prison sentence in the United States for an animal abuser. LCA then focused on David Stevens to prove that he too was selling stolen and fraudulently obtained companion animals. LCA stayed persistent until he was sent to federal prison. Our next target was Irv Stabani, who was by far the largest and the most notorious Class B dealer around. He was selling about 5,000 dogs a year to research. LCA put him out of business permanently. Our attention then went to C.C. Beard, who at the time was the most ruthless bee dealer around. He was finally convicted of conspiracy and money laundering and was ordered to give up his 700 acres of land, along with a hefty fine amounting to approximately $2.2 million.
Absolutely. USDA made no attempt to enforce the bred and raised. They gave that basically a wink and a nod.
30 years later, a new law enacted by the NIH finally ends the funding of research on dogs from Class B dealers, following a 2012 ruling that did the same for cats. When we started, there were 129 Class B dealers. Today, there are next to none. LCA and I made a commitment to end these barbaric practices. We stayed committed, we stayed persistent, and we delivered on our promises. Because that's what LCA is all about. We fight for what is right for the animals. We don't stop, we don't quit, and we don't take no for an answer, ever.